Hi guys, I'm Mela, and today we're going to be doing a fun and simple arts and crafts project. We're going to upcycle these jars that I had laying around the house. So if you're interested, let's get into it. First, we're going to remove the labels, all the plastic labels from the jars. Some of them are a little sticky, so just try as best as you can. The paper labels we're going to remove also, but they're not going to come off completely. But I do have a way that we're going to remove that. Put the jars in a tub of water for about 10 minutes and let those labels get really soft. Remove the jars from the water. You're going to take your thumb and start rubbing on that label until that paper starts to peel up. It's a little messy, but just keep at it. That's why I kept it over the sink. So anytime my hands get messy or the paper is sticking too much, I can just re-dip it in that water. So just keep rubbing the best you can. Some of the label will be a little stubborn, but you can peel it, use your nails. Probably a butter knife would be good to help peel some of that up, but nails work just fine. You see that's kind of dry, so I'm just going to re-soak it for a couple seconds and keep rubbing at it. Don't worry about the adhesive in the back. We have a way to remove that. Just want to get all that paper from the glass. Have some glue gun, get it from the Dollar Tree or hardware store, and a cotton ball. We're going to take all that adhesive right off. Works so well. It does leave a little greasy residue on the jar, but we'll just clean that off with soap and water. So I'm rubbing this part with the glue gun, and I'm noticing the adhesive is just not wanting to come off that easy. I'm going to peel it up with my nail now. It's like a little paper backing in between the adhesive, but it's fine. Just it softened it up enough. I peel it off and keep going at it with the glue gun. Gotta improvise with arts and crafts. Finally, finishing up removing all that stubborn adhesive. Now we're going to boil some water using a tea kettle so that we can get rid of the wax inside of those candle jars. Go ahead and pour it in. Be very careful because it is boiling water. And make sure you get something to protect your working surface because everything under is going to be very hot. You're not going to be able to move those jars for a while. You're going to fill the jars up to the top so you can get rid of all that leftover wax residue on the glass. So I'm going to put that to the side, and then meanwhile I'm going to start decorating our pickle jar. I want to make a vase out of it, so I'm going to paint it white. I have it on these multivitamin lid just because I need something to hold it steady so I don't get paint all over my hands. So use whatever works for you. I'm super focused on painting this jar. But anyways, we're gonna put 2 coats of white paint, or however many coats you want to put. I like 2 coats, so that's what I'm gonna put on this jar. So now it's the wax, all of it's floated to the top, and we're just gonna peel it off. It's really fun. Now that everything's removed from the jars, we're gonna clean it out with some alcohol and a paper towel. I like to use the 91% alcohol just because it's a little more efficient. And I also took out the candle wicks from the bottom. I used like a butter knife to scrape them out. Everything's getting nice and clean. And also I want to mention I didn't remove the labels from the bottoms of the candle jars because we won't see them. That doesn't matter. They're just warning labels anyways. So I wanted to spray paint this glass, so I took it outside, put it on a paper and spray painted. Make sure you're outside and you go use even strokes back and forth. Get a nice even finish. So my jars are all nice and painted. This green one I didn't paint because I already like the tint that it's on there. I only wanted to add a ribbon there. And I used this craft glaze. It was okay, but in the future I would use hot glue. So it does give me a little bit of trouble staying where I put it. A hot glue gun would have worked so much better, but eventually it does stick. I just had to hold it for a little while. So next we have these cute little stencils I got from the Dollar Tree. They have their own adhesive on there. Gonna open that up, cut out the stencil that you like, and place it on your jar. Then you'll paint over it. Now we're gonna wrap a string around the top of the jar. I use something called jute. You can get it at your arts and crafts store, but you can use whatever looks nice. And I just tied a regular bow at the end, nothing crazy. Just simple and cute. As I mentioned earlier, we're going to put these self-adhesive labels on. The jar is round, so it's a little hard to get them to stick where you want. Do your best, try not to get any air bubbles. Stick it down really good, and you're going to paint over it. I'm going to do the same thing with our next container. Paint both with whatever stencil you like. I use the dabbing motion, but it probably doesn't matter as long as you have a good seal. Really? Paint peeled up, so be careful what type of paint you use. So I ended up painting it all white, but it's still super cute, and I love these candle containers. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please comment, like, and follow.